Oh, look at that. Microphone's on, right? Right? Microphone's on. Microphone's on. Your microphone's on too, babe.
Hey.
Yeah,
hey,
I
look at
did
that.
it. I did it. Look, the button's not. Oh, man. I can just sign off now. I finally did it.
Hi,
It only
guys.
took 5 years.
Happy Thursday.
Oh, I didn't turn my lights on. I knew I did something wrong. That's why I look so dark. Where's my buttons? Where my buttons, babe? Push my buttons.
My buttons. My 4 groovy buttons. See, when you
Oh,
say
man, we're
that,
in for
I
it
think of a
today.
little kid's book.
We're in for it today. There we go. A little bit better, right? All right. What's up, everybody? We're just playing around here, trying to get everything straight because, it's been a while. Whew. So we're going to get to the title after a little bit here because you can't start off with that. We can't just go right into that. Then everybody would leave. We gotta do it later.
Keep y'all here.
There are a couple
Annoy
things.
you for a while.
Right? There's a couple things on X I wanted to touch base on first that I saw today. So I might as well do it. The one that's kind of is bothering me. The one that's kind of bothering me. Let me pull this up before this one starts making noise because I forgot to pause it. There we go. Is it paused? I don't know. We'll get there. All right, here we go. This happened. I'm gonna play the video, but apparently some I'll get into the details because I got to put my glasses on to read it. Dang it, see? Old people out here in an unprecedented act of dissent, active duty, United States Air Force Major Jason Watson was arrested on the Capitol steps after calling for the impeachment and removal of Donald Trump, risking his career to uphold his constitutional oath. His arrest marks a historic moment. And then you see, I don't know if you can see it, but they have like the fist emoji, but they got the white one and the black one. And they got, I guess it's a yellow one. It looks like a tan one, a brown. I don't know if that's a different shade. How many shades of brown? And there's another brown one. So it's
50
all
shades of
unity.
gray.
That means unity, and that means all that stuff. That means everything's great. So let's see what he did.
The president and vice president must be impeached.
Oh, there's that one. What's that clown's name? That's that one streamer. He's a clown. He's always involved in some of this stuff. Anyway, I can't think of his name because he's not important.
Convicted and removed.
Yes!
So he, in uniform, just called for the president to be arrested, convicted, and removed. Oh, that's so brave. Look how brave he is. Oh, his sign fell down. His sign fell down. That's a shame. Man.
Who you serve? Who you protect? Who you serve? Who you protect? Who you serve?
Who you protect? Okay.
Who you protect? Who you serve? Who you protect? Who you serve?
Oh, cool. What a great job. What a hero. I asked Grok for an update on the case, and he said, I said he. I can't be. I just referred to AI as he.
Shut up.
Anyway, I asked for an update. It said Major Jason Watson, active duty United States Air Force logistics officer, 20 plus years, was arrested July 1st by Capitol Police. On the House steps, he held a sign reading impeach, convict, remove, and spoke at a removal coalition event calling for Trump and Vance's impeachment over claimed constitutional violations. He started with Representative Al Green, but continued alone after the congressman left. Wait, he left? He just left, right in the middle? Now we got to find video of that. Did he just walk off like did he do a Biden? Did he just walk off like Biden? Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? He started blah, 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 and the congressman left. Protests on the steps require an escort. He was charged with crowding obstruction. So active duty members in uniform are barred from partisan political activity under DoD Directive 1344.10. Of course, you knew that one already, yeah, I'm sure. And risk UCMJ Article 88. The arrest was for capital rules, not for treason. Military discipline process is separate and ongoing. I mean, you can't do that. You can't go out in uniform and protest against the president of the United States, your commander in chief. That's what it is. Just a big old look at me. It's like mine. It's the same as that clown, whoever that clown was. I don't remember his name. I'm sure we'll see him again. That did that garbage got dragged out of the Senate hearing or the House hearing, whatever it was. And he was in his military uniform. And it's very unoriginal because you get all that attention just because you're in your uniform. It's pretty lame. Trump closed the borders. Kind of feels like Friday. It does kind of feel like Friday. Actor Tom Cruise is 64 today. Okay. That's pretty impressive, really.
I can't help but that guy, that the military guy in uniform. I'm kind of like, I don't mean to be a jerk by saying this. I'm just more like, he knew what he was doing. It's just the stunt to me.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't even care what he's saying because to me, it's just a stunt. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a turd, but.
No. You're not a turd.
Well, I don't want to dismiss the person for being a person. And he has his own opinions. It's just the way he handled it that I'm just like, oh, okay. Did you know? It's actually Patriot Roy. It was a show. So it's like, oh, show's over.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
Exactly. It's stupid. But there's so many people are out there that will be like, "Oh, what a hero! It's the bravest thing he ever did since he was in the military." Blah blah blah. It's just lame. It's just weak. It's tired. Anyone hear this? This is impressive. I never heard this before.
We became a nation in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit?
Never heard that literally before this moment.
And this would be my question, like, hey, Josh, how many textbooks have you seen that in? Look at the title of this document. This is the peace treaty. It's called the Peace Treaty of Paris. It's on display in Washington, D.C. On the left, you see there's 4 signatures. The top one with the ribbon is David Hartley, the British ambassador. Then you have John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, John Jay. Now, Josh, this is a document that ends the American Revolution, brings peace between us and Great Britain, and establishes America as a free and independent nation. A document that made America a nation.
So right there.
In the name of the most holy and undivided Trinity. So when people are like, no, we're not a Christian nation, well, like, it's obvious we know this. What document are you basing it on? Because literally, the very first motion of the first meeting was to open with prayer. The most famous painting of the First Continental Congress is them in prayer. Like, you start tracking through this, these were not secular guys. These were people that knew if God wasn't part of the story, we were never going to succeed. In fact, so much so that as we're celebrating independence, right now, happy 250, that's a document that made us a free and independent nation.
In the name of the Trinity. That's insane.
Right.
In my entire life, I've never heard that.
Did you know we became a nation in the name of the Father?
I never heard that before either. That's pretty neat. I mean, they say we're a Christian nation. It's pretty obvious. Right? People argue that for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure how you can really argue that. It's a Christian nation. What a great nation that we are, that so many people from all over the world want to come here so that they can be Americans, celebrate diversity and all that stuff. Listen to this beautiful lady talk about how much she loves America. She's an immigrant. I'm sure she's not an illegal immigrant or anything. She's probably just an immigrant.
Jag hör inte hemma här. Har jag sagt till dig att jag hör hemma här? Det är därför jag förstör och stör så mycket jag kan. Och utnyttjar era skattepengar. På alla förmåner som man kan ha här som svensk medborgare. Jag utnyttjar det.
I use this. I thought I saw this video before and it was in English. So I guess it's not in English. I don't really want to read it. Basically, she's just talking about how she comes to the country and she sucks up as many of your resources as she can and collects all your tax money. All the benefits that you can get here in Sweden. I use it to the max. It's just the same thing that's going on with, that birthright citizenship stuff. That's a travesty. That's a travesty. Then you got fireworks, stuff like the Somali flag was raised over City Hall in Buffalo. That's cool. It was stolen.
Buffalo says fireworks are not in the cards for this year's 4th of July. Officials tell us the idea had been in discussions, but after exploring potential locations, a safe and widely accessible viewing area could not be found. As a result, there will not be a downtown fireworks display this year. Well, no. Buffalo says fireworks are not in the cards.
Why would you have that? The report says just in the Somali flag raised by traders at City Hall in Buffalo, New York has been, quote, stolen. This comes after Buffalo canceled July 4th fireworks, then raised the Somali third world trash flag. I'm just reading what's on the screen here. They reportedly broke the pole's access panel, cut a cable, and removed it overnight. Police are now investigating. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're all over that. I'm sure they're going to find the perpetrators. They're going to get them. They're going to get them. Oh. It's just a quick meme. It says the absolute state of Minneapolis.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Tim Walsh, probably. We're not being invaded at all. No. Libtards. 1950s all over again. Oh, man. Oh, man. Anyway, I don't know. That's all I really have to say. I'm gonna go. See you tomorrow or whatever. How about Curtis Lewa? Good old Curtis Lewa. He was the Republican running for mayor in New York. This is him at the LGBT Pride Parade. Dancing on like that, like it was a pole. What was he doing there? What is he doing right there? What is that? That's a shame. As a veteran, I will never step away from my country. I will fight to my death as I took that oath in 1991. Never give up, never die. Thank you for your service. I'm gonna get to what I was gonna talk about. Basically, it was like I think right after I got back from vacation. I had some time when we were on vacation. Speaking of vacation, let's get a moment of. We should have a moment
of silence.
A moment of. I was gonna say serenity.
A moment of silence for.
She's not happy about vacation.
Boring
not
being here.
She's not
Stupid.
happy.
We have to work and clean and do dishes and cook dinner. Lame. I still had to do all that there. Well, I just had to cook dinner there, but boo.
Glad you could afford a vacation. I know, right? What do you mean? I mean.
Well, we kind of make it happen. It's not like
Did
we're
you?
like, oh, we have all this extra money. Let's go do it.
What do you mean extra money? Were you
Make it
secretly grifting over there?
No.
You know,
No. I'm just laughing at the afford it part because I'm like, well, really, we probably couldn't afford it, but our kids are getting older, and it was our oldest graduated high school this year, so that was like his graduation present. I kind of asked him, what do you want to do? He's not going to college. Well, he's going to community college, but he's not going away to college and stuff. So I was like, what do you want to like do something? And he was like, I really want to go back to the beach. So unfortunately, he had to drag his entire family, but he was perfectly fine with it.
They kept asking me what I wanted to do. I'm like, I just want to be with my family. I don't care what we do. I just want to be together because I love you guys. I don't drink or nothing. I have to look at this before we go to that moment of zen. I don't understand this comment. Maybe it's me. Someone could explain it to me. Maybe I'll understand. I don't even know if I should do it this way, but I'm going to do it this way anyway because it seems like it deserves it, but I'm not even sure.
Your Orange Death Cult's America 250 fair is a preview of the rest of history. A preview of the rest of history.
What does that mean? The preview of the rest of history. So I guess that's like, why don't you say just the future? Is that what you mean? I don't understand what's happening here. Are you okay? Are you stroking out there? I hope you're okay. You need me to call it type 1 if I should call an ambulance. All right. Now a moment of what? Oh yeah. A moment of zen. Seems to go right from this.
Hey guys, what's up, G? Want to go to Chachki's? Get some coffee?
Oh, it's a little early.
I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you,
Mic is muted, it said. Why did it mute? Because I played a video? I didn't hit mute. What happened? It's unbelievable. It's a conspiracy. That's what it is. It's a conspiracy against me. It's against MAGA.
Boo-hoo.
We should do more shows where it's just you and me hanging out. We could do a show like just us hanging out. Doesn't that sound amazing? It sounds amazing. Doesn't that sound great? I think I got some sun. I do look tan, don't I? I guess I should get down to the meat and potatoes. Should I do that? Should I get to the meat and potatoes?
You can.
Oh, I didn't ask if I can. I said, should I? Sure. Jeez, oh man, it's so hard to talk to women. Hey, babe.
Yep.
I was looking at that when I started. I was watching the video this morning. Well, not this morning. When the live stream started, my little entry video, and I was just thinking, I'm like, man, watching that, it's like I've been through it. I've been through it. All kinds of stuff. Been done all kinds of stuff. Here I am. Here I am. An old man. That's to. It's like, I'm not allowed to wear them. I don't know, whatever. I see how it is. Awkward moment. Shh, wait.
These people are crazy.
No, I made the words real big.
Oh. It's hard to see your eyeballs.
I know, I made my words real big. You don't want to see my eyeballs. It's all right. So I wrote this right when we got back from vacation. On vacation, I had some time, and I did a little. I don't usually go on the YouTube too much, but I go on the YouTube. I can see what's going on, that kind of stuff. I don't usually do it, but it's kind of neat. That's the kind of thing you do on vacation, right? You sit there, you relax, see what people are doing, check in with some old members of the groups and all that stuff. I'm expecting to see, I'm hoping to see, stuff like this.
This time.
You know,
we will not
I'd like
stop.
to see this.
We will not stop. We will not stop until we have our country back.
Is anyone out there doing this?
We will not stop until we rescue our country from evil. We will not stop until we rescue our country from evil, corruption at the worst in our modern history. Stand up, America. Fight for your nation and your freedom.
Not enough of that going on anymore, it seems like. Looking across the YouTube and stuff, and it seems like all you see is everybody's got a show. Yeah, I know I got a show. Okay, I get it. All right. I know. Here I am right now making fun of other people that have shows because I have it from my own show. Have to wrap the head in duct tape. And like I do, sometimes I say things that people don't want to hear. Sometimes I do that. Don't I? Oh, you're watching, huh? You're just watching.
Well, I'm looking at the chat, too.
Oh, okay. I can't see the chat right now. And sometimes what I say makes people mad. That's all right, because some things just need to be said sometimes. And that's what it is. And maybe they don't need to be said, but I'm damn well going to say them. Why I'm stepping away. And I don't even know exactly what that means yet. But I know it means that it's not going to continue like it is. I know that. I love America. I wore a uniform, and for many years, I fought for her all across this country, speaking at school board meetings, protesting in the streets of D.C. As some of you know, my mustache is getting too long, but speeches in multiple states, radio spots. I wrote a book. Man, it kind of sounded like a big deal. Am I a big deal, babe?
You're kind of a big deal.
Wrong.
No. Maybe in this tiny little pool, right? Maybe in this tiny little pool. Maybe. So all that, but I find myself in a place that I've denied being in for quite a long time now. I don't want to do it anymore. It's not that I've lost faith in the mission, the country, or God. It's that I've lost faith in the people. I wish that wasn't true. And I'm not talking about you guys. You guys are all cool. I'm talking about just the American people in general. How things can just how anti-American communists can be elected, how the people can be fooled so easily over and over again, and everywhere, all the news, the live streamers, everywhere, just lies getting thrown all over the place for influence, for money, for grifting, whatever. I decided a long time ago, after witnessing some of this stuff, that I no longer wanted to work with anyone. No one in the patriotic movement, anyway. Most of my experiences have been good. I've grown and I've learned a lot. And, I don't mean to say that everyone I've met along the way is bad. That's certainly not the truth. I know there's good ones. There's one over there. My biggest fan. The dog. Oh, wait. Never mind. Maybe it's her. Anyway, I know there's good ones out there, but maybe it's time to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And I'm strictly speaking about people that I've worked with over the years or whatever. Over and over again, I've thrown my support behind people that never seem to fail to disappoint me. Save just one. It's all a game, a grift. I was fooled by it as well. Once I got to see the people for who they were and not through the patriotic and Christian facade that they were operating behind, my eyes were opened. I've seen it up close. It's almost completely fake. The people on the live streams are fake. The drama they film is usually manufactured. The grift is the only thing that's real. These grifters will do whatever it takes to separate you from your money. Take a look and consider what they have created in real life. Not just the image that they manufactured and present to their followers. So many of these useless live streamers are not capable of running their own lives. I mean, look around. Where are they? Some of these people now. The good people went back to their lives to be productive members of society. Some of us have become more active locally. Some have begun new careers. Some have started new businesses. Some have created a new life for themselves. And then there are the not so good ones. The ones who had greedy motives from the very beginning. Some of them resort to like e-begging and to support their habits. Others are still trying to make a living with fictional online feuds and provocative videos simply for the sake of being provocative. A few have gone back to the working life, but still yearn and desperately try to go viral or be relevant. Some of them make like lazy, let's all love each other videos so that have no real substance, but they get likes and the person gets credit for making a difference or something like that anyway. Doesn't take much to impress doom scrollers. Don't judge whether or not you should trust someone or watch someone by the likes that they have or the followers. That the numbers don't usually mean anything. 80% of what you see is fake anyway. What was once used to inform is now used to influence. Some try by creating contests online for garbage prizes. Donate now for a chance to win this pile of crap, to get me a rental car, to enjoy time with a baby I had a mistress out of wedlock with. Alongside a parallel begging campaign from the mistress for money for a rental car and to fix a truck that they got by grifting in the first place. I mean, do we ever stop to think exactly what we are giving money to? It isn't much different than a gambling addiction. They need money, not them, but everybody. All these grifters out here need money to keep their lifestyle. They'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll steal to get it. I've seen it up close. I've fought it, and I've paid a price for doing so. But I will never sacrifice my principles or my integrity for any reason. The difference is they make the same type of claims. That's the problem. I'm so honest. This is how honest I am. Look how honest I am. Look at this manufactured honesty right here. It's all manufactured. I got this manufactured set up here, and look how honest I appear. They simply talk about leading a principled life. I actually live it. Some people say I'm bitter. They are correct. I am bitter. I'm bitter that the People's Convoy was a grift that took advantage of good Americans. I'm bitter that the 1776 RM could never really get off the ground due to conflicts, lack of integrity, and egos. Some of the criticism of the group was ignored or dismissed, not because it was incorrect, but because of the way that it was presented, usually emotional outbursts from a toothless meth head. Receipts. For the most part, I have remained quiet after the fall of 1776 RM, commenting on a few incidents where former members of that same group had embarrassed the movement and I demanded accountability. I called for it and I moved on. I think that's part of what the reason I do that is because of the bitterness. I'm bitter that this didn't work. Maybe I care too much. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe I just really wanted it to work. Maybe I wanted it to work more than most. Maybe not. Maybe I was just an idiot. Maybe I was naive. Maybe. Due to dozens of requests, dozens, that's right, I said dozens of requests, I sat down and wrote my first book. Mag's book, Freedom Isn't Free. It sits up here behind me. It's still available on Amazon. Selfless plug. Most of that book was written while I was still involved with 1776 RM. I held back quite a bit in that book, mostly because all of the facts weren't present at the time. If I was to write that book today, it would be a much different book. Unlike so many others, I didn't get involved because it benefited me. As a matter of fact, it did the opposite. It hurt quite a bit. I really thought it was going to work. I really thought we were going to make a difference. I think that's why I'm bitter. I'm not bitter at people. People disappoint you all the time. Never put your faith in men. I was actively fighting my school board over masks and pro-LGBT garbage that they were doing. Teachers were indoctrinating kids with. Yada, yada, yada. Slandered by the school board, yada yada. I'm not gonna get into it. Slandered by the school board. I wasn't there because I was in DC, and yet they decided to do it anyway. The People's Convoy. Like many Americans, it gave me some hope. I was like, are you serious? That's exciting. We were so excited. Faith was super excited. Finally, someone was willing to stand up against tyranny. Sadly, this turned into a grift of its own. We didn't know it at the time. We wanted to help however we could. My wife and I did just that. However, after a deeper look, I soon realized that it was simply a grift. That really, really angered me that so many patriotic and God-fearing Americans would be, or even could be, taken advantage of like that. The thing to me that really bothered me the most was you had so many Americans out there, so many patriotic Americans that might not have stood up or never really stood up before, just didn't, never really got up off the couch. And here they were now. They were out there. They were donating. They were out there doing stuff. They were getting active. And what happened? They learned a lesson, I guess. Pretty expensive one. All perpetrated using the flag and the cross as a shield for their sins. That angered me. It really did. So I ended up becoming a loud voice of opposition through social media, and I was quickly blocked by all those organizations and their leadership. So I wrote on my website and social media. My articles exposing the People's Convoy for the grift that it was helped to open the eyes of some Americans across the country and helped to dry up the slush fund, ending the grift. All you really had to do was ask the questions that leadership didn't want to answer. They did what so many fake people always do eventually. They expose themselves. When I joined the 1776 Restoration Movement, I received a lot of hate from other members, and many even left the group. I was shown some text messages the leader had, and some other people had threatened to leave and did leave because they let me in. Because they found out that I was building the 1776 Restoration Movement website. And I had written things that were bad about the People's Convoy, which had just recently fallen apart, you see. But I guess that part doesn't matter. All the right people didn't like me. They were very leery of me. There was a mix-up between the web people, and there's another streamer out there named Wizzy who had a guy named with the same name as me that they were setting up to do the website, and then I think there was some confusion. I think the people thought that I somehow snuck in there. I don't know what happened, but they thought I was there to destroy it. Who knew they were going to just do that all by themselves? Some of them pulled me close in order to try to figure me out when I first got there. I scared the grifters, I think, looking back now. They didn't know who I was or where I came from. They didn't know what was in my van. I just screwed up the whole grifting operation, it seems. Like now they had to figure out who I was and if I could be trusted to be in the shadows of the bunker, which is the little shadowy place they called the leadership thing, but really it was like just kind of a drug and alcohol den that they claimed was leadership roles and whatever. That's why you never saw some leadership in there.
The tent over there.
You only saw some leadership. Yes. No one's allowed in there except for whoever, I don't know, whatever. Anyway. They wanted to see, like, just looking back now, it makes more sense. Like they wanted to see in my van. They wanted me to sign into their Wi-Fi in the bunker. Later on, for some weird reason, I had a pop-up tent or camper that was there permanently. It was like, I had everything was out. It was where I was living at the time in that parking lot, way in the back corner. And they came and put a shower tent literally 3 feet from the window that I slept right next to. Like it was just weird. It was why would you put it? It just weird. It was all kind of weird. There was a lot of weird. It seemed like they were trying to get me in the beginning. I didn't know it. They couldn't seem to figure me out. I just appeared out of nowhere for some of them. They couldn't pin me down. They couldn't pin it, so they couldn't pin anything on me. By the grace of God and my own integrity, I kept safe from the vipers that I was unknowingly surrounded by. I was told the enemy was outside the gates, but it was just another enemy who told me that. I simply trusted that person because they were on this side of the gate. In reality, there wasn't a gate. There really wasn't a fence. Anyway, I was new to all that. I wasn't a threat to them for the reason that they thought. I was a threat to them because I was honest. My integrity made them feel uncomfortable, and it would eventually expose the cracks and the snakes within the movement, sending the group into a downward spiral and ending that grift as well, because that's what it turned into, sadly. Ask the money man, or how the board... Insubordination, insubordinate.
These people are crazy.
That being said, right? I say this with all humility. Like, you know, you want to say, I say this with all humility. I am a voice of reason that should be considered, not condemned. We have got to the point where we can't speak honestly, honest truths about things if it's just, oh, that's abrasive. That means you're a hater or something or whatever. That being said, I'm not the morality police. Even if I believe in morals, especially Christian morals, you still say that online? And values, they should be practiced in society today. More of those, please. I'm not the authority on it, though. I remember decades ago when I was starting a business, I asked my pastor, because I wanted to name it like it was a biblical name. Not like, you know, Jesus Industries, but it was it was a biblical name, right? And I asked the pastor, I was like, hey, you know, do you think this is cool if I name it this? And he said, yeah, I think that's okay. As long as you don't trade on the cross. So like no commercializing or leveraging religion in a hypocritical or opportunistic, I did it, way. Basically, don't use Jesus or my faith to create a fake trust so I can make a profit, right? Essentially, that's what he was saying. So when I see people do that, it really grinds my gears, so to speak. I'm all for repentance. I'm all for forgiveness. And I know God's grace is never deserved. That's kind of the point. I'm also aware that anyone willing and brave enough to call out any of this kind of stuff or any other people is walking a very dangerous road. The grifters are well aware of that. They know that anyone who calls out their behavior is standing like on one leg, because it's easy to attack a person who's judging someone else because they're judging someone else. People don't seem to understand the context of that Bible verse. And it's risky to call other people's behavior because then you open yourself up to scrutiny, as we forgive those who trespass against us, after all, right? And the dishonest often stand behind, you know, you can't judge my heart, you can't judge my faith argument, right? Which does hold water. It does. However, it doesn't mean we shouldn't call things out. It's not just a, you know, y'all not talk anymore. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. I've been good for a button right now.
I was going to say, did you used to have that button? That's not how this works.
Yeah. That's not how any of this works. Oftentimes, people will incorrectly cite the biblical teachings about not judging or you will be judged. Or they mention the teachings of Paul in his first letter to the Corinthians, where he talks about handling, quote, moral or doctrinal, I did it right, I think, disputes within the church. When they cite these examples, when people cite these examples, they typically show their ignorance by not considering the context. There is a reason Paul wrote in Timothy, 1 Timothy 3:6, he must not be a recent convert, or he may become conceited and fall under the same judgment as the devil. He's speaking about not promoting new Christians into leadership roles in the church. They shouldn't be teaching. They should be listening. He goes on to speak, I think I'll mention it, the milk and meat. Leadership and the ability to accurately teach the Bible requires a tested faith, self-control, a good reputation, and the ability to apply doctrine wisely. Unlike a created image, those take time to develop. An immature leader often spreads false teachings and does more harm than good. The Bible also speaks in Hebrews about milk drinkers and meat eaters. And basically they talk about, I'm not going to read the whole verse, but they basically talk about how the new Christians cannot be fed solid food. You need milk, not solid food. Anyone who lives on milk, being still an infant, is not acquainted with the teaching about righteousness. But solid food is for the mature, who by constant use have trained themselves to distinguish good from evil. Milk drinkers represent spiritual babies, while solid food is meant for mature Christians who have demonstrated discernment and application in their own lives. Application. I wish I could read the definition of application, but I'm not going to do that. There's nothing wrong with documenting your walk with Christ, like your Christian journey. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But teaching it as a milk drinker is sinful. There are already too many prosperity gospel preachers out there. Now we have every Christian and their newly baptized sister presenting themselves as some kind of an elder in the church. It's shameful. You're supposed to quietly learn and grow and mature into leadership. You cannot just declare it. Paul describes the requirements for being an elder in the church as being above reproach, having a mature temperament, being disciplined, being respectable, being hospitable, able to teach, not violent or quarrelsome, not a lover of money, and managing one's own household well. If you are begging for donations every time you do a video, you aren't qualified to be teaching doctrine. In reality, those videos really is just the focus is really on the grift with most of these people out there that do it. The biblical angle only serves a defensive purpose. One final pedestal that a very damaged person can place themselves upon to try to be above reproach. Using a cross as a shield from judgment, They prostitute themselves out for as many donations and likes as possible before they are eventually exposed and have to build a new profitable character to play. Just another example of why 1776 RM never had a chance. And I don't know if you noticed, but that makes me angry. The vultures had their claws in the movement on the very first day, long before I arrived to shine light upon their sins. They positioned themselves in places of influence, trust, and consequence. Dug in, so to speak. I wish I knew then what I know now. I could have made 1776 RM a successful movement. I was too new to that whole scene, and I really didn't grasp what was happening around me at the time. So all of that has pushed me away from working with anyone. I stopped going to other people's podcasts or live streams. I stopped inviting people on mine as well, because every time I did, save one, they turned out to be something different. I don't want to help promote desperate people who are simply trying to chase likes and donations so they can live the YouTuber lifestyle. I want to work with people who value integrity over a dollar. Seems like a novel idea. People who put God first, not only in their rhetoric, but in their life as well. Application. That's why I don't partner with anyone anymore. Why I decline requests for guest spots. Not that I'm getting a bunch, but there was a few, Why I'm not interested in panels. I want a conversation, but no one seems capable of having one of those anymore. The bias, the TDS, the wedges, the hate, the division they've been successful in their mission. The mission? What mission? Close down communication so the people don't talk. Then fill them with lies that other people, tell them about other people and make them war with each other based off lies. Make them hate each other based off lies. Those in charge say they think we'll have their backs while we rape them from behind, while they're fighting each other like idiots. Some will make money. Some will make money online from pushing the hate, pushing the love. Some switch back and forth. Doesn't really matter anymore. It seems like the short-term memory of most people is kind of like a goldfish. So they'll push the hate. They'll push the love. They'll do it for money. They'll do it for views. Most of them don't do it because they believe what they're saying. Most of them do it for other reasons, to benefit themselves, to get out of the trucking industry, to go over here and work in the YouTube industry, to do this, to do that, to get free money, to buy smoky sticks, to do whatever they do. All of these people that have turned out to be nothing but grifters. Donate here. I need this. Donate here. I need that. Grifters. Grifters. None of them push the solution. None of them push the solution. Because just like in government and pharmaceuticals, the solution isn't profitable. Accountability must be applied if we are to correct our nation's decline. Accountability can only be applied effectively by people who themselves are above reproach. Someone with a good reputation who won't be accused of bias or favoritism, maybe. Otherwise, it's just noise. We already have enough of that. Common sense approaches create calm among the people and quiet the noise with policies that they can understand and support. We are not enemies. There is just too much noise. Ran over. Spent.
Wrong.
Hit buttons. Ah. That's more like it. Uh-oh. What's going on? 200 some messages. I haven't looked at. Did you favorite it? Oh, there's one. Oh, I did it.
I don't think a comment. I didn't.
I said, oh, that's my arm there.
Sounds like it.
That's the microphone arm. I swear. I swear.
It has
I have a
been a
button for that.
long few years, y'all.
Indeed.
And watching and learning about people and YouTube and that doesn't just go for our little 1776 crowd. It goes for all of you trolls who come in and watch, and it goes for all the people that we don't know that just might do. I have one lady that I watched that I told him the other day, she doesn't do anything. She legit just gets on and talks about her life, and people watch it.
Yeah. I'd like to do more with you.
Yeah, it's just interesting how the world is working these days, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So how long we're going to be gone or what we're going to do next, we're not really sure.
Yeah, don't leave. You'll never find out.
Yeah, it's just I'm kind of sick of politics.
Yeah.
I've never been super into politics, so no, I am not the one when you guys come in here and ask me questions. I am not the one. I have some opinions on some things that happen or some things that are voted on, and I'm not completely oblivious to politics, but if I follow politics too closely, if I follow the news too closely, I get absorbed in it and it takes over my mind. And I have had 5 years of paying very close attention to politics because of COVID. Like once COVID came along, that's when everything kind of flipped the lid for me. And my kids were affected and my business was affected. And it was like my life got turned upside down. And then the convoy came along first and then 1776. And it was like, I want to do something. We can't put up with this. Yada, yada, yada. And I don't necessarily regret any of it, but I also, I'm personally, that's what I mean. He's into it. I am not so much. So like, I'm into paying attention a little bit, but I'm not into following it all closely because it freaks me out. I get like weirded out, like, oh my gosh, we're never gonna make it. We're all gonna die. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's funny. It's like, most of it with me is like I just don't have the time I did before. When I would spend all my time like just ingesting politics and all that kind of stuff. And I've got other things going on right now that I have to deal with and I have to do because they affect my life more than this.
That's what I was going to say. So like the past 5 years, I'm sorry, I'm going to intervene real quick because
you have a microphone for a reason, sweetheart.
But
you didn't have to say that part.
Well, I'm just saying I'm going to check out for a minute.
Shut up.
But 5 years ago, or this past 5 years, personally, I have dealt with a lot of trauma, and it might sound ridiculous, but it's accurate. I had my children being, in my opinion, attacked by the administration. I had my mom got very ill. 1776 DC. He's in DC. While he was in DC is when my mom got very ill. She's been ill her whole life, but she just quickly declined then. She passed away. His mom got ill. She passed away. We almost lost
BS,
every
man.
damn thing, and we almost lost everything. And it's like some people took that very lightly. We took it very serious, and at the time, we did what we thought was going to change something, or hopefully was going to change something. At this point, we're just kind of like frustrated with the people and frustrated with the internet and frustrated. I don't know about him, but me. I'm frustrated with the internet and social media. I can't stand it. I can't stand social media. I cannot stand it.
Yeah, it's a
And then
necessary
people who
evil.
are out there are like, you MAGA people. I'm watching two people specifically online right now that are both my family members. One's MAGA, one is super liberal. And watching the two of them on Facebook go back and forth every day. I don't know what happened because the conservative has been posting stuff about Trump, like MAGA for years. But all of a sudden, my liberal family member can't stand it. And I'm watching the comments that is being made, and I am just, first of all, I'm appalled at the way she's speaking. I didn't mean to disclose the she or he part, but whatever, I get too late now. I'm appalled at the way that she is speaking to her cousin because he's conservative. And I get it. She doesn't agree with him, but whatever. Just scroll past. I don't agree with her post.
Scroll
I
past?
scroll
What do you
past.
mean?
I still love the person.
Can't scroll past.
I just can't stand
stuff here.
I just can't stand it. I can't stand the divide. I can't stand.
Yeah, you gotta.
I don't know.
You gotta love the divide like this, like an American. Can you imagine an American just celebrating this? Nobody went to. Oh, I'm sorry. I should do this. Let me do this for Mr. Swagger.
Nobody went to MAGA 250 celebration this week.
What happened there? Oh, your wire came out. I was like, oh, it's loud. That was loud. Maybe that's because no one talks about it in the press. Maybe that's because there's just empty press booths down there. Have you seen any of the video down there? It's a shame. It's a shame that there's people like this that are happy about, like, they're like, oh, no one showed up to celebrate America, you maroon. It's like, it's people like this fool out here that, like, it's funny because they'll think, oh, we got you. No, none of you ever got me. It's funny. But it's like, I just get like, how can people be so subverted that they would celebrate that? Like they would celebrate, no one showed up for the celebration in Washington, D.C., a celebration about our country being 250 years old. No one showed up. That's bad. That's a bad thing. On a side note, one of the things I was reading about today was that they had the average city, a bigger city, you'll have a fireworks show of 3,000 to 8,000 canisters. And the one they said, like the Macy's Day Parade one, the biggest one usually in America is 80,000 canisters. They said this one in DC is going to be 800,000 canisters. It's going to go on for 45 minutes. I think they said at one point there's going to be over 2,000 fireworks in the air at one time. There's a couple that are they said they're going to use that are 16 inches wide, and they go up 2.5 miles. And then when they blow up, they spread, I think he said, 1/4 of a mile wide on the sky. They have a bunch of those, but you don't see anyone talking about any of that stuff. That's a damn travesty. It's a travesty that there's people out there that are so, I want to say subverted, but I just gotta say stupid. That are so stupid that they have been fooled into thinking it's Trump's celebration, because your morons out there don't understand that whenever they qualify that as Trump's celebration, now it's okay for you, the maroons, to diss it, to not go, to act like it's stupid or whatever without looking unpatriotic, you see. It's just amazing. But you don't see it because you don't look past the headlines like most of you don't do. You just read the headline so you know what you're supposed to think. Remember, Elf, he invested a lot of time and money into 1776. He even helped you out, Mags.
I have a comment.
You could, can I have one first?
Yep.
I mean, you could call it help. The people that were behind the scenes, like me or him. Well, not me, really. We understand looking back now that wasn't for me. That was for them. On a side note, he was part of the problem that the board was trying to take over the whole, overthrow the leader of the thing. And he was part of the, go ahead and say you were. I got a video. I have it. Like, I'm not gonna, but I have. Those are the meetings that we had. Just saying. Go ahead, Ben.
As far as that specific person goes, for those of you who are aware of who's who and what's what, I found it interesting that when he was on that other live stream and he went on and said how much money he put out to everybody, not us, to everybody. When I heard the amount, I was like, what? I had no idea that that's what went out. But what I find interesting is that everybody looked at us like it was only us, and never mind the rest
That's
of
how
the
they
money.
framed it.
Exactly. The rest of the money that went out to the rest of who, and nobody questioned that. It was about us because we were the ones who were calling out the BS, and then suddenly we were the issue. But nobody questioned how much money he put out to other people and why it stopped or didn't, whatever. But that is where we drew the line. When it was like, nope, not doing this no more. And then when it comes out as how much money he put out in TV video, you ain't wrong. That was a lot of money that dude put out. Why? Why did he put it out? And how much money he put out to everybody else, but nobody talked about where it went just because it came to us. And that's what really pissed me off.
You wanted to take it over. It's good when you have.
It was given to some other people who were out here grifting for vehicles and whatnot. But ain't nobody say nothing about that.
I wish I was petty. Sometimes I wish I was just a real
I can't
petty
be
person,
petty.
man. I wish I was petty sometimes because the things that I could drop would be pretty. I don't want to sound like other people. Like, oh, tell everything. Oh, well, I'm going to do it if I get 100 people in here, or I have all the receipts, and I really don't have any receipts, or whatever, like the other people that have done in the past, or whatever. It's just silly.
Yes, Annette, you're correct, I think. And you know what? I had no problem with them, the couple themselves, whatever. I had no problem with them. We just got to the point. I got to the point where I was like, nope, this ain't going to continue happening. And that's where I was like, stop. We're done. We're not doing this no more. We're done. And then it's like the cards all fell after that.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have. It should have just been we were able to walk away and go back to doing what we had to do because we had a family to take care of. We couldn't just keep living in a camper on the fucking road.
This is what people don't get to is like that toward the end there. Even with money, even with that kind of money, I still wasn't going to keep my mouth shut. I was still holding on to my integrity. I was still trying to keep people accountable. I was still trying to make that movement what they said it was. That, if anything, that should be a testament to me. Honestly, if you think about it. In the end, it was just it was trying to get loyalty. It was trying to buy the movement. It was trying to do a lot of stuff that didn't work, but the hearts weren't in it. A lot of stuff went on in those board meetings that we were in and whatever. But
yeah,
I'm not trying to throw everybody under the bus or go back visit old shit, but I'm explaining it because I am still bitter about it because I really wanted that to work, man. I threw everything I had into that. Everything I had into that. If you were watching back then, I only slept like 3 hours a night. I almost wore my security shirt. Still have 3 of them. Maybe we should auction one off. We could auction one off. Huh? Oh.
I think I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, I'm trying to. We all put my glasses on.
But I don't know which one of them I should put on the front.
Oh,
Rose. I'm sorry. I just read that one. I'm like, Rose.
oh Rose.
You know what? I can't say much about Rose, to be honest. Rose was like super nice to me personally, but she was definitely a piece of work.
Oh, that lady.
That's about all I can say about her. Because when I see some video of her back then, I'm like, oh my gosh, no wonder y'all made fun of her.
That lady.
She seemed like she was all right in person, but I don't know. I see the same video as you guys did, and looking back, I'm like, man, I don't know.
That was on video when we were at that one place. I think it was in Ohio, right? Or Indiana.
No, that was Indiana.
When she acted all, you were there, right?
Yes, that was.
That was.
I don't know.
She almost hit
was there for
DC
that
Joe
one.
with her car.
Yes.
On purpose.
She was a little bit obsessed with some people. Like she needed to
pretty
be
much just the
seen
one.
and heard. Yes.
Just the one.
Right.
Just the one.
Jericho. Trolls are like gossipy little hens. That's true. And some of them, that looking back, sorry, while we're going back, looking back, some of those trolls were very accurate on some of the things that they called out. Like,
yeah.
I used to say to him, like, I don't know,
It's a
babe.
shame they had mouthfuls of chiclets.
Yeah, some of this stuff was right, but not so much. But again, we thought we were. I don't think everybody in that movement was shady. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't think everybody was shady.
My first experience with Rose was watching that prayer. When they first started the group, we were watching on the live stream, and they were at the hotel meeting room or something, and then she did the prayer at the end, and she did the prayer as if she was the main attraction. Like she did a prayer that was like 15 minutes long. Like I don't remember. It was long. Remember?
Yeah.
It was like way long. Like way, way long. Like you pray. Praying is, but it was long. It was real long. Jesus, man. I'm not stopping. I'm just switching gears, I think, a little bit. That's all. I just gotta switch gears. I can't put the time in that I put in before, but I don't know as I need to so much. We can still talk. We can still BS. I enjoy doing the live stream. I enjoy this. We were just talking before we went on. We both enjoy this. So it's not that we're just gonna be like, oh, forget this. Rose did have a lot of personal issues. I'm not gonna talk bad about her. She seems I hope she's doing okay. She did seem troubled. Like she just seemed genuinely troubled. Like she was probably one of the people that I thought she was a good person. She seemed like a good. I heard some things that would suggest that she was not. I can't really say that part because only one in the person that told me, and then I said so I can't. But generally speaking, even that considered that you don't know about. She seemed like a genuinely decent person that just has some troubles, So I don't wish any ill will on any of those people either. So
I'm with Patty. Patty said, I always thought Rose was a little nuts. Whatever happened to her? I feel the same way. I mean, like she didn't do anything wrong to me, but I thought she was a little bit nuts. And then one time, this was after the Indiana thing. Yes. After the Indiana thing, she texted me one day and she was like, I'm in your neighborhood. I'm in your area. Would you mind if I stop by? And I was like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Don't think that's a good idea. How did she know where our area was? So I don't know. She was very kind to me though. That's what I mean. She didn't do anything wrong. It was just awkward when she texted me. She was great. We had taken the kids down for it was a Friday to a Sunday. Like I took them down for all day Saturday and then I brought them home Sunday, and she was excellent with them. She was out playing football with them and she was good. She had, she was nice to them, kind to them. Didn't give me any creepy vibes. It's just she was just a little bit of a character. But who wasn't? I'm sure we were characters to some people too. So whatever. No shade.
Love from Iran. Thanks for trying to liberate my dear country. I'm disappointed that Trump is making peace deal. Hope BB doesn't let that happen. We'll see. Thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. No prayer is complete without rambling personal sob story. The golden chariot, yeah. The golden chariot fell off the fire truck and broke his pelvis.
Patty Lee.
Told
We're
to
still
walk it
trying to
off.
figure out who was the Fed.
Who told him to walk it off?
Bob Swagger. Oh, I don't know. I didn't think gold. I don't. So that was that was
You
a
could tell
TPC
a
thing.
haircut conversation you had one time.
Rick Chariot?
Speaking of feds.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't even know. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
The conversation didn't
Right.
make any sense.
Right. That's probably why, babe.
Right. Bob. Golden Chariot fell off the fire truck. That was a TPC thing, I think. I don't think that was us. I don't think that was our era. He was also an interesting character. There could be some stories between him and the other little toothless person.
There was a.
I think she had all her teeth. I don't know. She's a little bit.
She did not.
No, she's a little bit on my shit list, but whatever.
Maybe one day I'll tell that story.
X-Ray told him to walk it off. Well, I mean, X-Ray. What happened to that dude? Where's that guy?
He tried to sabotage the movement and they disappeared. That's what he said.
Right? Remember? I remember X-Ray.
They're on their way right now.
Yeah.
They're en route right now. Give me the microphone. Give me the microphone. Hurry up. Give me the microphone. Well, hang on. And I think Raptor Hat. He was talking about before. He's like, no, we're not going to have announcements for everybody. We're just doing this. He still pushed to get that megaphone because he needed to say on the live stream, we got people coming right now. We got people coming from Seattle. We got people coming from Texas. They're on the road right now. Straight up lying to everybody, and there's still schmucks out there. They're like, "Oh, X-Ray, he's so great. He's a cutie pie. Oh, what a great person."
Scammer.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a
like,
scammer.
He's a good talker. He's a sweet talker. I remember.
He's not a good talker.
When you guys were in DC, I remember him going live in the middle of the night. It was like dark, middle of the night, and he's like, "I'm taking supplies into DC," and I remember texting you going, "What's happening down there?" Because this guy's online saying he's going to bring in some supplies to you. And it was like he was literally sneaking into DC. But now that I think after that, he did get arrested.
He hit the Nadine's microphone or whatever.
He did something.
Oh, after that?
Yes. He went in like in the middle of the night and he was like, I'm taking supplies down to DC. And he brought in like
secret mission,
like Band-Aids and whatever. It was like
very dramatic.
Yes, and
it's
it was very
dangerous.
dramatic, and it was very middle of the night, like weird. And I remember texting you going, "Who is this dude?" Like I knew who he was from the convoy, but I didn't know him.
Tell stories for the next 3 shows. Really, we got plenty.
Right?
Maybe we should do that. Actually, in a few days, with July 4th when we stopped traffic, and then July 6th when we went into DC.
Oh yeah, we're coming up on the anniversary.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I'm not like I don't have regrets from that situation, but
No.
I'm just like,
Man.
holy crap. And like somebody said in here earlier, Abyssinian said it was entertaining summer. And I'm like, yes, it was for sure an entertaining summer.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of you meant well, but
I'm not mad. I'm not
did.
like, I don't regret it. I'm like, my biggest thing is that I'm so disappointed in so many of those people. So many of those people that were like, we're going to stand, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And now it's turned into just something else, man. It's turned into grifts and provocative, just to be provocative and, trying to get, today is love. Love's a profitable thing. So I'll push love. And tomorrow this will be a profitable thing. So I'll push that. And I don't know, I'm just sick of it, and I've seen a lot of that stuff in the background. So like stuff people didn't see. I know these people's character, at least some of them, and I don't say things out in public. I'm not going to attack their personal character because there's no winning there. It's more actions. Actions are what need to be held accountable. Actions would be nice.
I'm sorry. Now I'm in the chat and I'm low key, but whatever. Comments. I know you all hated AP and Ant, but I bet the donations really came through when those two acted up. They didn't come through to us, but I'm sure they came through to them. But I still am looking back.
I got them that one night.
It has been years. It's been what, 3 years, 4, whatever. The night that what's her face and what's his face when the truck got on fire, quote unquote.
Yeah.
The one person, because I was watching that whole night. And the one person that was missing has still never been accounted for that night. I don't have any doubt in my mind at this point that she was involved with the other crowd that was in there causing problems, and she was a lot of the issue. Dare I say the plant? She was the plant. I don't know, but there's so much that has gone on since then. But that one is still not accounted for. That night, and I remember texting Mags and going, "Hey, that dude hasn't been accounted for yet. He's the only
one with no
missing."
teeth, babe?
The one with no teeth, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the fire. Right, the fire, the quote, fire.
Yeah.
That dude's never been accounted for that night. I still 100% think it was that dude and her. I don't think that she was excluded from it. But there's a lot that you know, I don't know, man. It was a crazy summer. Like I said, I don't regret it. It's just disappointing where a lot of it led afterwards, and
A lot of work into that, man.
where a lot of people went and didn't go and whatever, just dropped the ball, and then the state leads that they had picked out. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we weren't wrong with leaving, because the state leads that they had picked out have turned into just be super, super people. Super people.
It's true, Jericho. It's true. It's
Lots
true.
of us didn't have teeth.
That was actually hilarious. Remember when X-Ray was in the fire truck singing and the cops pulled up? If you're talking about when the Marines are there and the cops showed up, yeah, that was the stuff he was good at. He was good at that stuff. That was what he was good at.
Right. That's what I mean. He
The
was
fake
a smooth
stuff,
talker.
the smooth stuff, the theater. There you go. The theater. He was great at the theater. That was really all he was great at. I mean, there was nothing else. As far as that goes, when he grabbed, he was out. As far as I was concerned, he was out. Like, if I was in charge of the movement, he would have been out right then, or at least the next day when no one showed up for sure. But he came out there on purpose, went on the megaphone, wasn't supposed to have the megaphone, pushed for the megaphone in front of everybody anyway, got the megaphone and made false accusations he knew at the time were false, that nobody was coming there. But he was telling us there was 4 groups coming, and there was 2 of them were on the road right then on the road, giving everybody hope. For what? These people, a lot of people on the home didn't see that kind of stuff. You didn't see it, and people just liked him for liking him, and I get it. But I'm not going to tell you who to like. I'm not going to go out there and that's why I'm not out there doing that all the time. You shouldn't like him because he does this. You shouldn't like him because he does this. But I will comment on once in a while when we're sitting here talking about it, which isn't that often when we really talk about it. But I don't know.
I think oh poop. Hold on. Oh, they arrested Santa. Barb's comment. I'm like, yeah. So there's some parts of that situation that were absolutely 100% should have been paid attention to, and that was one of them. If everything went down as it seemed to have gone down, when Santa got arrested that day, that was unjust, in my opinion. There was no citation visit given. There was nothing. Just all of a sudden, he's getting arrested. That, in my opinion, was what the that's what was wrong, what was unjust, what was I don't know what the words are I'm looking for, but I feel like everybody should have known that. Even the trolls that were watching should have realized, hey, they all stopped traffic, not just he, but they all stopped traffic. And they all sat there for under the 30 minutes, and there was no citation given. There was nothing. Just go on your way. And everybody went on their way. And then when they showed up in DC, he gets arrested. Now, whether you like us or not, it doesn't matter. But didn't you see that exactly that arrest was tyranny? And then when everybody started freaking out, and I get it because it was after J6, so they didn't know how we were all going to react. So of course they had a huge police presence. But when I look, back even then, I was like, holy police presence for a dude sitting on a bench. Because literally that's all he was doing, was sitting on a bench when they came to arrest him. But it seems like none of you haters, none of you trolls seem to pay attention to that part where he got arrested for what? There was no citation visit given. There was no warrant. There was no nothing. And then an officer gets into his rig and tries to drive it away. What? Yeah. Like, there was just so much that was
just weird.
Weird. Yeah. So much that was weird. And you guys couldn't see past the MAGA part to see all of the weird. That's what was the most
Yeah, we
discouraging
were just
part to
Americans
me.
down there, man. That was all.
Right.
Probably considered blasphemy by some, but I think Santa went on a bit of a power trip about halfway through. I will say, no. Halfway through, a little bit about there, he was starting to have to battle with the board, and there was infighting going on. Not necessarily public infighting, but there was, let's say, sabotage going on and stuff like that. It's part of the reason that I left the board early. I didn't. My integrity was worth more. I mean, can I just example after example of how awesome I am? I mean, my gosh, my integrity is so thick. It's like sap coming out of the tree in like mid-December. Oh, that was the thing again. That was this. I saw it.
Dude.
Oh, so good. That is satisfying.
They barely see it moving, just so that you know. Is that your chair or the mic?
It's a microphone.
Or both? Was that the goal to get arrested? No, that was not the goal.
Goal to get arrested.
The goal was not to get arrested. And they all kind of, I say we, I was in the background, but they all kind of knew that they might get arrested for God knows what. And that's exactly what happened with Santa. They stopped traffic.
Did it anyway.
There was nothing. And then the next day, I believe, was a Sunday, although Barb can probably correct me on that.
We did it anyway.
They did it anyway. Right there. There you go. I thought the next day was a Sunday because in my head, it was a non-working day. And then when they showed up in DC the next day, it was, boop, police are here. And I was like, what? How did they get a warrant issued? Although it's police, so whatever. But how did they get a warrant issued when there was like not a business day? You know what I mean? But again, he wasn't cited. There was no ticket written. There was nothing. So that to me, it was all unjust in that situation. And never mind that man is now in the Philippines. That's a whole nother story for me. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know, man.
You know, it's not blasphemy to just ask questions, right?
Right.
I mean, like, that's interesting too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. No shade. Never did me wrong. Was a great man to me.
Yeah.
No problem. I just am like, what? Wait, what?
It's just weird. Like one day, this whole group of people was following this guy, put their trust in this guy. He's America first, all America, America, America. And now he's in the Philippines, doing mission work, I guess. Right? That's great, right? But it's weird. Like the things surrounding it are a bit weird. Not what you would expect from a leader of a page. Maybe it is what I don't know.
Right. I don't exactly.
Man,
that's what I'm
give me
saying.
about
No
50
shade.
people and
I'm
put
just
me in
like,
charge,
I don't
and
even know.
I'll make it work. I'll make it work. So I got some street cred without arrest. That would be cool if he did play his harmonica in jail, but I don't think that was the case. Just this is kind of what I'm looking for, really.
Right.
It's just some BS type,
So,
just BSing.
I'm sorry, real quick. 31. There was a warrant. The DC Metro cops arrested him based on an active warrant issued by the Maryland State Police. But what I'm saying is, when they blocked traffic, there was no warrant. There was nothing from any of the officers on all 4 of the highways, as far as I understand it. Nobody got a citation. Nobody got a ticket. Nobody got anything. It was, you can't stay here. And everybody said, okay, because at that point they were within that 30-minute time frame, and they all drove away. And that was it. There was no citations. There was no nothing. So for them to issue a warrant, in my opinion, was shady, because there was nothing issued right then to say, you got a problem, you're doing this wrong, you're breaking the law, you're nothing. They weren't doing anything wrong, and they weren't doing anything wrong at that time. Then they come in and arrest him on Monday with a warrant, and he didn't know. And then I remember being in the back chats and somebody else going in and saying, he has a warrant for whatever such and such dollars, and they paid it. And then he was able to get out, but it was still an issue. It wasn't just. I don't want to say it wasn't accurate. It wasn't fair, whatever. Because to me, it wasn't just.
It was they did it for, I think they said, failure to appear or something, right? Then they issue it after the fact, and then it was Because I think that's the only way they could have really have arrested him was if it was like a failure to appear and he had a warrant out for his arrest. Because DC police don't typically pick up people specifically for traffic violations that are committed in Maryland. So what was different here? I don't know. Just that it's interesting because if you look back, man, we could do like a whole year of shows probably. My gosh, now I'm thinking about it. Looking back, there was just so much weird.
Yeah.
There was a lot of weird. Just there was weird everywhere. There was adults with dolls. There was just all kinds of weird stuff going on there. And I don't know. I was just so wanting to help and be patriotic, and there was it seemed that there was such a strong faith there. I don't know. What? Oh.
What you just said. I'm like, yeah, it was weird. It's just I don't know how else to say it. I mean, like personally, nobody did us wrong. Well, that I can say face to face. Nobody did us wrong. I don't know what they did behind our backs. There's one person specifically that did something nasty behind my back, in my opinion, that I'm like not going to get over. But I mean, I'm over it. But she has no. I don't care for this person. I don't know how else to say it.
You would.
Old guy. The 30 minutes was there. Max, if you can clarify. Old guy said there is not 30-minute time frame you're allowed to block the highways into Washington, D.C. and then drive away. But there is a 30-minute, that was for, what's the word I'm looking for? Holy menopause. You can do the 30 minutes, what MLK, Martin Luther King did, 30 minutes of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh.
Protest.
Civil disobedience.
Civil disobedience. That's what it is. So that's what they were going with. They knew that this would be civil disobedience. So we were under that 30-minute rule, and that's exactly what it was. When the officer came to Santa's truck, I don't know about the rest of the vehicles, but I watched Santa's truck. And when the officers came up to his truck, there was like 26 minutes or something. It was 26 minutes in.
6 minutes left, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're 6 minutes.
So,
I was sitting right next to that there. See, I was right there in the front being brave. I didn't even need a big 18-wheeler to protect me. I had the cage. That white van's the cage. That's the comment. Is this true? All I know is that since 1776, RM ended, both Aunt and Red Mama gained 100 pounds.
I don't know.
I haven't seen any of their videos or anything. So
yeah, I don't know. I've seen
the Sparrow and that van guy.
It's
Is
been
the
a
van guy
while.
me?
I saw both of them probably like, I don't know, a few months ago, maybe January or something. I looked in on them both, but I don't know.
I'd almost like to pop in
We
one day and
probably
just
all
be like,
gained some weight.
because they're still doing. I bet you they're still doing the same exact crap, the provocative, just to be provocative garbage. So I'd almost like to pop in there one day and just be like in the back of the room, like,
Bob, I would say that I'm with you.
"Are you guys still doing this?
Yeah, right.
You guys are still, you're still doing? Okay, all right. I'll see you later. I'll check back in 5 years, maybe."
Yeah, well, they're not doing the same thing. They're still doing the same stupid stuff, but they're not doing the same. They're not after me and you and everybody else. Meanwhile, like that's what I'm talking about. When Elf and all that drama came about, it was like, wait a minute, we're the only ones who get the eyeballs, but money went to this person, this person, this person, and this person too, and that never came out ever. It's still there was a.
Wasn't it like 100 grand?
There was an issue. No, I don't.
I don't know. I
think
thought it
was
was
that
like
much.
100 grand.
I
Maybe
think it
not.
was
All right,
60
that's
or- I don't
speculation.
remember.
Speculation. I withdraw.
Yeah, I
For
don't
the sake
remember.
of honesty, I
But
withdraw.
I remember a chunk going to us, and then a way bigger chunk went everywhere else. Let me just say it that way. But it was never questioned. It was never questioned where the rest of that money went and why this person felt the need to give out so much money. And whatever. I guess if you're not going to question it, whatever. But to give the eyeballs on me, especially specifically this Bob in the chat, if you've been around since day one, why are you looking at us so hard when we're the ones out here calling shit out?
We're the only
and
ones.
not looking at the
Only
other
ones.
people. That's all the issue where I was at. I was just like, holy crap, dude.
I'm not calling stuff out just to have people look at me. Right. Like I'm not, I don't know, man. I've demonstrated, I can say it too. And it's not even really bragging. It's just the facts now. I've demonstrated over and over and over and over again that my integrity is strong. I've seen other people demonstrate over and over and over again exactly the opposite. They can do that all they want. But whenever, like, I think Big D went out and he was like yelling at Raskin when or Representative Raskin was trying to have a press conference. He was like screaming over him and stuff. I was like, that's just ugly. Like that kind of stuff, man. That's embarrassing. And part of it, I think, is why I was bitter or whatever. Is because, man, I stood with these people, and so many of them. There are a few that didn't, but there's so many of them that just what the f. Like what?
It's just disappointing.
Yeah.
I guess is all it was because we thought that they were. I don't know. Yeah, what's the word? I don't know. It's just we saw things that we were just like, oh man, come on, what are you doing? But what live and learn. I don't know.
Yeah, oh yeah. And like I said, I'm not mad at anybody or anything. I just, I'm just kind of bitter about the whole thing. Left a nasty taste in my mouth. I'm not stopping. I'm not, I'm still going to be involved and whatever, but it's going to be a different seat. And I think like what we're going to do here is going to be something a little different. We're not sure yet. We're not going to make any promises, but I'd like to get that beautiful lady on the camera more often. I know you guys would like to see her a little bit more on the camera.
Why are you talking like
this
that?
got really creepy. That's just my regular voice. We could do it deeper if you want to make it really creepy. Get on the camera. We're done. Whatever. Yeah, so anyway, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and talk crap on people, but man, this is going to be kind of fun. Like looking back, maybe we should do. I was thinking about doing a January 6th show. That's during the week. I'm probably working. We'll have to see. Oh wait, never mind. I don't work. Max, good job.
See, I'm sorry. I just read Priscilla's comment. I know Rat Rod didn't get any money. He lost his home and always buying tires. I don't know who that guy was. I learned about him like afterwards. So, holy cow! Like that's sad. He lost his home. I don't know what the situation was there. I have no idea. But I only came in I knew of the convoy, but I didn't follow it super close. I just I would see Wizzy and I would see Oreo, but I would kind of just pop in. I wasn't watching it all day every day. So I heard of some people and didn't. I knew of the name Rat Rod, but I don't know anything about the guy. But that is terribly sad if he lost his home over all this stuff. Because that's what I'm saying. There's some people who really gave everything for this because they really, and I don't hold them against that. I for the most part, I think that they thought they were doing well. They thought that they were trying to save something and doing something. Unfortunately, the rest of the crowd that they were with was not doing the same. So that's how they ended up losing stuff, in my opinion.
Good times. Anyway.
When Big D hit red, that was live action Jerry Springer shit. Wait, I thought that was Wyckoff that did that. Big D hit
that was
red?
Ant. Big D hit red and he fell over the cooler.
That was convoy stuff.
40.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know about that.
Back 40.
Okay.
Back
Stuff I don't
40.
know about. I was thinking when Wyckoff
group of winners right
and
there.
Red, I think, got into it. And that's what we're saying.
That
holy
was
crap.
Wyckoff and Ant. And it was all fake, remember? It was staged.
Wyckoff and Ant? No.
No,
it was
no,
Red
that guy
and
that came
Wyckoff
up.
that was like some punch or something.
The one who came up. Who the hell was it that came up from Florida and Ant got him to get into an argument with
Yeah, that was Wyckoff.
Wyckoff. Who was the guy that came up? It was that guy. He was from the Florida convoy for a while, then he went back.
Oh, that was, yeah.
He was kind of obnoxious too.
Best reality show ever.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying it was an entertaining summer, that's for sure.
We have to go. Maybe we should revisit. It's been kind of fun talking about it. We should revisit it, I think. What day of the week is the 6th anyway?
Well, the 4th is Saturday, so Monday.
Monday.
There's Tommy. Hey, Tommy Temper.
Huh?
Tommy Temper. Somebody said, and there's Tommy. Bob said, and there's Tommy. There's Tommy Temper. Hey, Tommy. You just came in.
Tommy?
So again, he was another one. I didn't know who he was until he started restreaming.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what's restreaming? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
Right. Right? It's crazy. It's fun. It's fun to look back on. And, we that's what I'm saying. I don't regret what we did either in 22. I really think that I don't know if I want to say most of us, but the majority of us or a lot of us had the best intentions of mind. We wanted to do something. We didn't know what to do, but we wanted to do something. And I agree. I think that's fair to say. There was just a lot of people that were not doing good. And that's about all I could say for that.
Shout out to Fry TV. Wow.
I remember that name again.
That's that weirdo, right? They're like,
I don't know.
It's kind
I
of
just remember
weird.
the name.
He
He was
looks like
restreaming everybody.
He always looked like he was strung out or something, restreaming people.
I don't know.
Like he'd just
That's
be
what I
sitting
mean.
there. I remember I
no
checked it
idea.
out once or twice. He was like sitting there eating and just
Eating French fries? I don't know.
it was like French fries or pizza or something. I forget what he was just sitting there eating and had all the streams on. He wasn't even talking. He wasn't adding anything to it. He was just, just sitting there.
Patty said, please let's continue to talk about this. I feel like I need more info. That's funny. So Wizzy, I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth now because I'm gonna get into it myself.
It's gonna be
Wizzy, I don't remember. I didn't know Wizzy. I knew him before 76. I knew Wizzy from the Convoy. And the one thing that I liked about Wizzy's, again, before knowing who 76 was and whatever, the one thing I liked about Wizzy was he seemed to have both sides of the aisle on his panels. And I liked that. I would like go in and watch and whatever. And I didn't know all of the drama. And I still don't really know much about Wizzy. I just watched his streams because he would have both. He would let people call in, and it was like, oh, okay. Also, that's it.
He also had that.
I don't know.
He also had that. Like this one, people don't. I don't know. It's like when he kept his earpiece in and stayed on Discord when he was supposed to not be recording, and he came over to the thing when all the crap was going on with Bobby or what is that? What's that?
I was going to say that.
Weirdo's name?
Wizzy was there at the beginning of 76, wore his earpiece into everything that he went to. And I remember Max texting me and be like, dude, what's up with this Wizzy dude?
Yeah.
He went into where?
Whenever you remember that night where at Bunker Hill, whenever what is that reject's name? The one that was always in there drunk as hell, walking around with like a shotgun, had that messed up car. Billy, yeah, that weirdo.
Billy.
And when he got all freaked out and he was like rage drunk in the back, and like he almost got in a fight with somebody, and he almost got in a fight with Santa, and like everybody's going over there, and Wizzy was asked to leave his camera over there, but he kept his Discord in, but he told us no one had it, he wasn't on. Meanwhile, he was live on the Discord. Like his shady stuff, man. Just I got a journalist trying to get your scoop, but you're not. If you're a journalist, then don't lie to get behind the cage.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Oh, man,
it seems like he was a protester when he needed to be, and then whenever he would get shit because he didn't put his hand over his heart for the national anthem, he was like, "Well, I'm just documenting." Well, which one are you doing? Like, which one is it, dude? Like, what is it? Which one are you doing? He hated me, man.
So yeah,
he didn't like me
Wizzy
from the
did
very
not
beginning,
like
man.
Bob said Wiz was a Hollywood grip. He worked on famous movies, lost
Yeah.
his job because he wouldn't get a vaccine. And to me, that's where I'm like, hats off to him. If he was willing to walk away from a job in Hollywood because he wouldn't get the vaccine, hats off to him. I don't know. I didn't have any issue with Wizzy. The only thing was he was there at the beginning of 76, and then I remember meeting him in. Was he in? I don't remember if he came to DC, or I'm thinking of Wizzy's boy, the dude that was making the
Sparrow.
Sparrow. Yes, I met him in DC.
Yeah,
that one.
Wizzy came around.
But Wizzy
sometimes.
was gone. I think he left at that point.
Yeah, he came around and he left. And he was there in the beginning, and then he came back a couple times. But he was only there for like a day.
Yeah,
sleep there at night.
I think
and then
good
he'd
for
leave.
him for standing up to Hollywood. Like we should respect that, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, I don't know the guy other than that. I don't know any other stories about him. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, whatever happened to Justin? I met him, and oh my god, he turned. I don't know, man. That dude, that was one paranoid dude, man.
Yeah, he also seemed like a nice guy, and then just
Let me know if you want your zip drive back.
Yeah, he just disappeared. Sad situation.
I gotta go through some stuff. We got some stuff over here. I got a zip drive. He dumped onto me because he was all paranoid about getting.
31 Wolf. Where do I find this? It says Wizzy got humiliated on that internet call-in show recently. Parker get a job. What is that?
Yeah, I
Parker get a
never
job
heard
on
of it.
YouTube.
Was that where
stop.
Mags get a job?
So, yeah.
Is this real? He's just
Right.
playing.
Jericho said Justin stood when others weren't. That's what I mean. I had no issue with Justin. He
No,
just
I liked him a
disappeared
lot.
for me.
Yeah, I
don't
liked
know
him a
what
lot.
happened
And
to
he
him.
just disappeared.
Then all of a sudden he was with AP.
Yeah,
or
it was
helping
weird,
AP,
man.
or AP said he was. Again, I don't even know.
Yeah, I still think that might have been a baby bump. But if you remember, I was just speculating.
No.
I was just speculating. I said it over and over on that video. Remember, I said I'm just speculating.
Parker get a job. All right, I'm gonna look for it. Parker, I'm writing
Well,
it
how
down
did he get-
right now. Parker get a job.
Yeah, he had multiple camera angles in his vehicle. Yeah, I used to like. First off, do you ever notice how he took my background?
Yes.
He took the cage,
cage,
background and
yes.
made it his background. That was my cage background, and he made it his background. Like it's a digital thing. I've seen it before, but he should have been like, "Hey, that looks like maybe I'll use a different one. Maybe a square design instead of the circles, exactly like my." I mean, and no one mistaken two people more than me and him. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, good on him though. But those camera angles when he's in the office and stuff, and it's all dark, and he's like way up here, like way up here, like way up. I can't even get. Hang on, he's like way up here. And it's all dark in the background. I don't know. It's professional. I wish I was as professional as him with the camera. I'm clearly not as professional as he is with the camera. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was good to me.
Made Wizzy cry. Jeez.
That's sad. As far as I understand, he was like married or engaged or something to somebody in Hagerstown. Like he moved from California to Hagerstown.
Yeah.
And then his fiance had cancer or something. Like that's sad.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you guys care or not, you trolls especially who are watching, but we had real lives going on in the middle of all this. So like that's sad that if that's what happened, that his wife or fiance ended up with cancer and then he's going through that. Like that's sad. Like why would you make fun of that? But I remember people making fun of that situation. I guess he was crying. So again, talking about Wizzy crying, maybe that's why.
Hashtag it's hashtag Mags get a job. Okay, you did it wrong, man. That's not the classic. Mags got a job. I don't get jobs. I make jobs. All right. That's right. I said it. I make jobs. I don't go like, hey, can you give me a job? I go, you know what? I'm going to do this now. I have a job. I made this job and then I hired myself. It's amazing how it works. America is amazing. It's amazing that you can start a business and chase your dreams in America. It's just amazing.
Yes, Abyssinian, the cage is still among the
Yes, it is. It is amongst the
That's
living.
what's funny. The Mags get a job thing was just constant, like back then. Meanwhile, like he's been feeding his family this whole time, and yeah, there was a minute where we were struggling, and we struggle all the time. We have 5 kids. Who doesn't struggle with 5 children? I don't know. Probably Elon Musk, I guess. Probably doesn't struggle with all his kids, but
he's like 15 or something.
yeah. But we've been working this whole time. That's what's so funny to us. It's the people that hated us because they thought that, well, and in a way I get it. Like they thought we were the grifters. So in a way I get it, where this like get a job, blah, blah, blah. And yes, for a while there, we were struggling, like seriously struggling. And then that's why he stepped off the board, because he had to come back and we had to figure out what was next. We couldn't just keep doing that. But then we turned into the bad guys because we couldn't just keep living in a camper and driving across the country, I guess.
No, waving flags doesn't pay very much.
No, no, it doesn't. Jamie Crow wants to know, did you tell Faith today?
I see it. Hey, Faith.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too, babe. Hashtag Mags gets paid. 5 kids is crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? We're making enough that we live in a house. So I'm not getting the details, but we live in a house. And we still live in a house. And and whatever, dude. You know, I made. My one brother asked me a question a little while back. He was looking at my schedule on my business, and he's like, "Let me ask you a question." I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "How can you go from 2 months ago or whatever, a business didn't even exist, to now it exists and it's got a full schedule and you're making money?" I'm like, "Oh, that's just, I don't care the answer to the question. I don't even have an answer to the question. It was just nice to hear that question." I was like, "Oh, that's nice." Oh, there it goes again.
Sorry.
Why you laughing at me, boy?
I'm laughing at the comment. So the original comment I just read was, "Get Mags paid." And then the person said, "Let me space it out a little more. Get Mags spade," is what they.
Oh.
We're done having children. 5 is enough.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. That's good.
Uh,
No, I've never grifted. That's the thing. I've never grifted. I've always, if I ever asked for money, it was because I either had a trip planned and I was like, "Hey guys, it'll help for this trip," and the money goes where it's supposed to go.
yeah, when you were
Or I
in DC,
sell things like that I created, like maybe some shirts or something like that, or a book. I create something and sell it. Capitalism, they call it.
That's what I'm saying. Back in DC, we had a Give Send Go set up when he was in DC. And
Yeah,
then
there was-
then you were absolutely helping to take care of our household and make sure the roof stayed over our head while he was in DC.
Mhm.
And then once he came back, he got a job and we kept going. Because we had to. But there's so much fogginess that went around with who we were and what we were doing, and it's like,
Yeah, right. That would be an interesting book. See red, cry. See red, sit in driveway.
see red get smoky stick.
See dog abused. Whatever. Just,
It's silly.
it'd be one of those Dr. Seuss books because you'd have to write a book that he'd be able to read.
Whatever happened to because to me, Wyckoff and them, like, to me, they were kind of trolls too. I didn't know where they came from. I don't know. I'm not saying that they are trolls. I don't know. But to me, I was like, what happened to them? I have no idea.
They were another one that was like shady from the beginning with me, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know what was going on though. I don't know. It's been an interesting conversation. Maybe we'll make it a 76 week. We'll go on every day for 5 hours a day, and we'll talk about gossip. We'll just gossip about people, and we'll talk poop. It's like people watching. It's just like people watching. Same thing.
No, thanks.
Don't you like people watching? Aren't you an American? Oh, what not?
That was good.
That was good. Oh, you get comment of the day. That was a good one.
That's funny. Behind the mirror, where's the trolls? So I think that behind the mirror, I think that the highest one up. I don't know if he was the highest one up, but I'm pretty sure he still lingers around here.
Yeah, he pops in once in a while.
It's good stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, looking back, like, I don't regret any of the stuff that we did, but man, it was sure disappointing what happened with a lot of the group. That's all. And at this point, we're just kind of like, I don't know. We want to keep doing politics?
It's funny when people like this guy keep bringing up old shit. He keeps bringing up old court cases and stuff. I guarantee he didn't say anything about Burisma or the money from Ukraine or any of the other things the Bidens are involved in, right? See, that's where it's like I don't pay any attention to you, because if you're not going to be honest enough to bring up both sides, you're just doing that to attack, like, because you think it's attacking me or my point of view. That's the only reason you're bringing it up. You're not doing it in a genuine way. You're not looking to end fraud. You're looking to attack the right. That's what you're looking to do. So you're not genuine. You just have a talking point that you copied and pasted from some Google search, and then you post it because you think it makes you look smart, intelligent.
These people are crazy.
You're not. That's as simple as that. You're not.
Trust me, bro.
Trust
We're
me,
crazy.
bro.
I'm crazy.
Trust me,
I'm all
bro.
crazy.
Behind Mag's mirror.
Oh gosh, I can't even say it. I owe you, robot devil. Nah, for real though, I'm not a frequent viewer, but these were always a good spot. a cool spot to sit in for a little bit in the giant schizo stream that is vertical streams, right? Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Because really, we're just trying to chill.
Yeah,
That's all we've always been trying to do. Is just trying
shift.
to, hey, everybody, wake up, chill.
Time to shift
Real
gears,
life.
I think.
Yeah.
I just got too much other stuff going on. I can't dedicate as much time to it as I used to. That's all there is to it. But we both enjoy doing this, so we don't want to walk away from it. Like I said, I think we need to get this beautiful young lady onto the camera more often, because I mean, I guarantee you that I bet you if she walked on the camera and stayed there for just like 5 minutes, it would shoot up to like, I see 85. It would probably shoot up to 85,000.
You're right. Maybe if I was 20 again.
I had a live stream once that had 100,000 views. Then YouTube decided that I wasn't worth whatever. So now we're back to, and it's fine because these are my people. Did that sound creepy?
These are my people. This is my land.
All right. Well, we got to go to work tomorrow.
I don't have to work tomorrow.
Happy Independence Day on the side note. Remember what?
I don't have to work tomorrow.
Happy Independence Day. Today's the actual day that the vote happened when they passed the Lee resolution, I believe they called it. And that was like technically whenever John Adams thought it was going to be July 2nd that we celebrated. But the announcement was made on the 4th, so it's July 4th. Happy July 4th. Hey, babe. Oh, I have that smile picture we got to show people later sometime. We went to the beach and my beautiful young lady wife over here. We saw on the beach there was like a big word that said smile. So I was like, because she always says,
smile at a stranger.
That was pretty good. That was almost like we've worked together for 5 years. So we thought we should take a picture with it, So we did that. And there's a picture. And I figure we should probably show you. That's where we're at with that. That's just an excuse for pyros. I tell you what, the once I got out of the military, I was a 12 Bravo, so we did like a lot of explosives and stuff. And when I was in the I did fireworks were never the same when I got out. They were never the same. But yeah, anyway, if you are not subscribed, then you're going to want to do that. Okay. And you're going to want to hit that bell, you see, because we're not exactly sure what's happening, but whatever it is, it's going to be exciting. You're not going to want to miss it. We're not going to do any.
It might be a minute.
Yeah, we're not doing.
That's kind of what we're saying. We're not sure what we're going to do here, but it might be a minute.
Might be 6 months. It might be tomorrow. Probably won't be tomorrow. It won't be 6 months either. We'll see. God bless you. I hope you guys have an amazing Independence Day. If you have a chance, you should probably go to DC and see that fireworks show. It sounds like it's going to be amazing. I just thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Try to remember to smile at a stranger. And like I always say this, babe.
Smile at a stranger? Wait.
No, babe, that's your thing. That's what you say.
What's for dinner? Oh, no. Is my logic
right? What can you say what you say after I say what's for dinner?
I don't know.
That's exactly what you say. Thank you kindly. What a great show. We're great. You're great, babe.
You're great too, babe. We like getting on here and BSing.
Yeah.
Putting in the work ahead of time, that's the problem.
Yeah. So God bless you. I always say, so pray for your enemies. Pray for your enemies. Because it'll benefit you more. Pick somebody somebody popped in your head. I can't pray for that guy. I can't pray for Wyckoff. Well, thank you, go over there and pray for Wyckoff right now. And be genuine about it. I've told the story before where I had a business. Well, I'll keep it real short and we'll head out. But I had this business with a partner, first company I ever owned. We decided to split it off. Whatever. Long story short, he did something that was kind of shady after the fact to keep customers and do whatever. I was mad at him for years. I ended up getting down on my hands and knees one time when I was next to my bed and I prayed for his success, his happiness. Genuinely, actually prayed for it, and I literally felt like just a chill go over me, wash over me from my head to my toe. and it was lifted from me. And I had been bitter or angry at that guy since then. Maybe I should pray some more. God bless you guys. That you had when you started.